Okay, I thought I would record a short video to describe status profiles a little bit more. I did send out an email about this, but let me show you how you can use these on your projects and make it a little bit easier to track the project phase and know exactly where you are on that particular project. Now, currently, or prior to this last enhancement, we had simple statuses such as not started, in progress, and completed. But what we've added is status profiles, and that allows you to define as many status profiles as you need, and each of those profiles can have as many statuses as you need. So by default, you will have a default status profile that has the current statuses, but we can now define these as we see fit. So for this test project, I called it my construction project, I'm going to create a new status profile because I have a lot of projects that have these particular statuses related to construction related work. So I'm going to create a status profile that anytime I have one of these projects, I'll just assign this status profile and be able to track those different statuses rather than these high-level statuses such as not started, in progress, and completed. So let me show you how to do that. If you go over to settings, and then within settings, you should see a projects tab. So once you click on that projects tab, you'll see your default status profile here. So it's got the name of default and it's showing these statuses. Let's go ahead and create a new one. So I'm going to choose new status profile. I'm going to name this construction. I'll click create, and now that I've created that, now I'm on a screen here where I can add those statuses. So let me start by adding a new status to this. I'm going to just call it built. This consider completed. This lets us be able to, on the filtering side of the projects, to say, is this project completed or not? So because you can define your own statuses now, we just need some way to know for us to mark that as being and consider it to be completed. So that's why we have this flag here. Now, because this built status for this construction status profile isn't the final status, I'm going to leave that unchecked. If I wanted to add a description here, I could, but for now I'm just going to create this status profile. Once I've got that created, you can see it shown here in our list, and I'm just going to go through and quickly add these all the different statuses that I need. So next I'm going to create one called worksheet. Know that I've done the worksheet portion of the job. Next field, know if I'm in the field working. Got one here called plotted. Got one called irons. Put one in here for us to review. And then finally, my last status is delivered. And I'm going to say consider this completed, because once it goes into delivered status, the work's been done. I'm going to choose create status. And now I can see all of those status here is along with the fact that the delivered status is marked as is considered complete. Now that I have that, if I go back to my projects list and take a look at this test project I have here, I can now change this from the status profile default. I can choose construction, and now all of those statuses are available here to me. So if I'm just getting started with the work, I'm going to just put it in the built status. I go back to my projects, and now I can see my project in the project list. I can see the status profile I've assigned to it, as well as the status. Now, another nice thing about the status profile is if I named it construction and I want to see all my construction related projects, I can then just filter by that and see that within this list. So if I choose construction here, that would show me any project that has the status profile of construction. And then if I wanted to narrow that down even more, I could narrow it down by choosing a specific status within that status profile. So that's the way you use it. One of the reasons that we have that considered completed flag for the delivered is now I can choose only active projects. If I choose that and run my report here, I will only see projects that are active, which means they don't have a status profile that's considered completed. I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, you should have my email. Feel free to contact me and I'll try to answer any questions you have. Thank you.